Mm.
Um, Hello, everyone. Srividya is going to be about 10 minutes late, so let's get started. Uh, can anyone read our invocation?
Yes, sir, I'll do.
Thank you, Deepa.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
This is who we are. We are a team. Talented, energetic, astonishing mindsets. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by our values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to each other. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? We should be driven by our goals, not by egos. We can do it, we will do it. Let us not hope for the best, let us be the best. This is who we are.
thank you, Deepam. So, personal branding. So, what whether you know it, whether we are all there is a branding that is going on. Okay, so whether you most of us are unconscious about our brand. The only our the brand which we have is very has been decided by the systems of the past, or when I say systems, it's parents, it's university, it's teachers, or something like that. So there is that the brand is like, okay, you are a first rank student. That's the brand. So we don't consciously say, what is my brand? Either way, a brand is getting created for you, okay? Whether you like it or not. You might be. So since anyway brand is getting created for you, why don't you create a brand which makes sense for you? Okay. So uh, if you can create a brand based on your goals, what is that you want to do in this in this life? Or if it's too, sometimes you might say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want what I want to do, in this life. But you definitely can say what I want to do for the next 1 hour, for the next 3 hours, for the next 1 month, for this particular one day. So even you can do a personal branding for this 1 hour, saying, for this 1 hour, this is how I want to be. So branding is something we always, all of us do, and branding is how you make money, by the way. So if you can brand yourself properly, you can make a lot of money, and you can make money quite simply. And I think most of you, maybe even all of you, uh, are probably going to make money very easily. Unconscious, you within Thop itself, personal branding is happening in a very positive way, in a very focused way. And again, this might be unconscious for you, but it is happening. So does it, am I making, any thoughts still now on what I'm saying? No one has any thoughts?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Like what I have understood is we like we tell every day, we should tell our story. So I what I have understood about personal branding, about till now what you have said is like we should brand ourselves, like we and that is I mean, that we can do that only when we tell our story. Like you have you have brought the point of, like rebranding ourselves in eSell. So I think we do that by telling our story. So
right?
yeah, that's what I have understood about personal branding till now. Correct me if I'm wrong again. So that's it.
Yes, yes, you are right. You are right. That is, that is the way you do. And you tell story in many ways, but finally, it is the story that creates the branding. Obviously, when Srividya comes, uh, she will start uh, getting more, uh, telling it from the personal branding uh, vocabulary. Okay. So anyone else? Anyone else wants to give their thoughts on personal branding? No one? Come on. Oh, Srividya, are you ready?
Still not reached, but I was out of network to join. Now only I got into the network. I'll be reaching in next uh, couple of minutes. So
Okay.
I can hear. Go ahead, lead the conversation, Travan. Continue, please.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Sorry
Uh,
for.
no, 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 no. That's fine. So, can someone tell me what are your thoughts about why do you think personal branding is important? Go ahead, Ashrita.
Sir, in our eSL, we are already doing that. Like as you mentioned, we are already trying to do that personal branding. Like we are creating our own story, either about our whole team, whole top team, or individually in giving our own. Like in ERA conference, we have given our presentations, which we told very powerfully that made us to create our own kind of personal branding. That is what I felt, so.
Right. Very well said. Uh, so, the uh, anyone anyone else who wants to, okay, I see Chandan. Go ahead, Chandan.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Adding to Asritaka's point, I think importance of personal branding is very much important. Like, for example, if you have certain skills, but if we are unable to show that skills to the world, then how world is going to recognize our skills? There is nothing
Yes.
like if they have to know that we have some certain skills, so we need to brand ourselves so that they can know. If at all there is no proper communication between the receiver and the what is it,
Communicator.
who wants to portray, then it's really there is a miscommunication and let lot of gap would be created. If we to reduce this gap, we need to brand ourselves, and in the best way, if we brand ourselves in the best way, then more market will be for us.
Yes. Suppose that we take very well said, Chandan. Very well said. Suppose that we take Chandan with AI and money. Okay. If Chandan just says, "I am, uh, I'm I'm doing uh, I'm doing AI." Okay, one time, or I'm doing something with money, it won't work. But if he keeps telling, and if he just tells AI, it will work. But suppose he tells, I am an AI, uh, and I'm also doing, working with money, and you tell the story more and more, people will say, wow, this is something new. I didn't know that AI and money and economics can be combined in this way. If you tell someone a new path just like that, one time, they will not be able to understand. But if you keep telling your story and you say, this is what I'm doing, then the then the, like Chandan was saying, the receiver or the society around you will start getting the clarity. So that story or the path which you are taking, the more you tell about it, uh, and also another thing which we do, which suppose sometimes we say we'll talk about movies, we'll talk about cricket, we'll talk about um, food, we'll talk about uh, games, we'll be talking about dance, we'll talk about all studies or different subjects. We'll talk about civils, we'll talk about businesses. So when you talk about all of the above, again, your personal branding is, when you talk about all of that, it is not very strong. It might not be strong because you're talking so many things. So your personal branding is like, if you say, hey, at this moment of time, I'm into exercise. I'm only going to talk about exercise. Now your brand is going to be like, okay, this is what it is. So if you look at all the ads that happen on TV, you see certain ads come often, right? Again and again and again. So that's what brand, that's again, of course, that is branding. So the same thing which we have to do with our way of life is, Chandan cannot just say one time, oh my God, I'm doing AI and economics. People will not get it because that is such a different path. So Chandan has to say, hey, this is the new path. So I might write blogs on it. I will write a book on it. I will do podcasts on it. Then that brand, that new brand which Chandan is trying to create, will have its role or will have its um, mark in this world. Chandan, do you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Like something.
Right.
Uh, as you always says, the best power, a superpower for human is he can forget easily. So it's always we need to remember the people or the world that this is I am, this is I am. Then only they can remember more. Uh,
Chandan, can you say it again? It broke. It
yeah,
was not very
sure.
clear to me. Go ahead.
Is it okay now, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. The the most superpower of a human is he can forget easily things. Uh, so it is something really advantage, and sometimes it is also a disadvantage. But so as he can forget everything, so we need to brand ourselves, or we need to say our story repeatedly, so that
Okay.
they don't going to, and then they don't going to forget us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. As a human being, we tend to forget, and that forget be be being for, forgetting can be useful, can also be detrimental. Yes, you're right. Anyone else? Thank you, Chandan. Very well said again. I was expecting more participation. What happened today? Okay. Um, Vinay, are you in the call? Go ahead, Vinay. Say a few thoughts about branding, personal branding, or branding in general.
Yes, sir. Like, guys, you know what? To do a session on personal branding. Srividya ma'am has traveled all the way to Dubai and gave a session and then returned. So by this only you should understand like how important it is, and also how important it is to know at this point of time in our lives, because like brands aren't built overnight. Like they are to be built over a period of time, and as Chandan and Shravan said, like the stories have to be told over and over again. So I'll tell you an example. Like you see Manikanta Anna, right? So Manikanta Anna is the chief growth officer, right? So chief growth officer's main duty is to grow the company and take it to more and more investors, and like actually he is the face of the company to go out and put his face out and um, market about the company so much so that investors and everyone will recognize Mani Anna, and then the company will get funding. So Anna was telling me how important like creating a brand for yourself is important. So since a brand of last 9 years got built for Mani Anna, so wherever he goes, he gets that recognition, just like us. So wherever we go, our mentors will recognize, our network will recognize us, right? Like as Chandan is into AI and money, and Nivi is into self-expression. So Nivi is the perfect example for creation of their brand. So Vivikta and Deepthi has created brand with their books, right? So you got to do something and create a space for yourself in this world, so that you are branding yourself each and every day. So um, for example, if you talk about the skill and everything, though how much ever skill you have in AI and everything, um, let us take for the next 9 years or so. You are so deep into AI, but you haven't shown your face outside to anyone. Okay, you have no LinkedIn profile, you have no you haven't showed up in any talks, any sessions in anything, but you know the skill so much. But if you then if you go out and show up your skill, or will just try to create a company or something. To create a company, you need network. To need a network, people should know about you. So you can't just keep coding before them to prove your skill, right? So it has to be, that story has to be told, that Vinay is a good coder or Chandan is a good coder or so that people will actually recognize you, and people go by their emotions. So if you like so for example, whenever whenever you remember Srividya ma'am, like we remember the LinkedIn posts and the Instagram post of Srividya ma'am, right? Like with a quotation, like a Sanskrit quotation and ma'am's photo. So that is what is personal branding is, because ma'am's face is ma'am's brand. Like when many might not remember Srividya name, but if they see a post from ma'am with ma'am's picture and ma'am's quotation, that is it. They recognize, yes, she is the TEDx speaker which we have come across in our session or so. So that is the power of branding. So ma'am was telling me in Bangalore that ma'am has appointed a personal photographer for her to take some of her very good pictures to to tell out her story frequently. So ma'am has also personal branding assistant too, to do digital marketing for her business, because everything with her business is is through facial contact and that network contact only. How do you get contracts? Yes, ma'am might be the very wonderful speaker, but if ma'am is not marketing herself to the fullest and reaching out to the top people in any companies, so why will those companies come and give a contract to ma'am to take a session in their company? So these are my thoughts on personal branding. Thank you.
Awesome, Vinay. Awesome. You kind of captured everything so well. So well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Srividya, are you ready to present, or looks like we have a couple of raised hands? I
Just
can ask them
continue.
to.
I just reached home. I will log into the laptop, but I'm listening.
Okay.
I would love to
Okay.
hear this. This is what I would have done. So it's going good.
Okay. Deepam, go ahead.
Like, it's more of a question. Like, I still didn't understand the difference between personal branding and marketing. Like Vinana said, Srividya ma'am being the face of her workshop or something. Is it marketing or is it branding? Like, she is telling about her workshop, right? So what is it like? Is it branding or is it market? Like, isn't it marketing? I mean,
Let's
Yes,
do
ma'am.
one
I'm
thing, Deepam.
confused.
One second, Vinay. Deepam, I will let Srividya answer that question. Okay. Uh, when she joins, let's see whether. That Vinay, do you want to answer it?
When somebody
I
tries to
sort of
answer, I'll be happy. Let Vinay answer her question.
Okay, go
Let
ahead.
him come.
okay. I sort of want to share what I know about that in the context of that question. So, for example, if you take Colgate paste, do you know who is Colgate CEO, and are you buying that paste due to that CEO? No, right? So it is kind of a product that is so marketed to you, so that you're just buying it. That's it. But when it comes to ma'am's session, especially, for example, if there is a like kind of session, let us take this personal branding बोले कि एक session. So if you only market that session, like these are the benefits of the session, these are the this is what you get if you attend it, and this is why it is so important, or something like that, there are hundreds of others in the market who are doing same kind of a session. Might be in a different way, but the same is name, but the name is same, right? Like personal branding. So but here ma'am is bringing her own uniqueness by bringing in some kind of indic wisdom. So that is ma'am's uniqueness. So that ma'am's uniqueness is being told out to the world by ma'am itself, because ma'am is leading the show, something like that. So if you only, like, I feel this personal branding is a greater add-on to that marketing thing, because you might be having many hundreds of speakers in the market to do the same session. But if you should consciously choose Srividya ma'am, then ma'am should have some kind of a difference, right? So stating the difference constantly is nothing but personal branding.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you. Uh, I'm sure Deepam, Srividya will talk more regarding that. That is a very good
But
point
I like
which
the
you
way
question.
Vinay answered. Who asked this question? What is the difference between marketing and who asked that question?
Deepam,
Me,
Deepti
ma'am.
Marapalli.
Deepti ma'am.
Yeah. This is where, if you had come on video, I would have known better. So first thing is we
I
need to
have
show
no.
ourselves up. We need to show ourselves out there in the market. Why is everyone off the video? Just because I'm not there?
No, ma'am. Like, most of us have power cuts, ma'am, and
Okay.
most of them are
Okay.
traveling.
Okay. Okay. If you have genuine problems, I understand, but otherwise try to be on video because that is the best way to show ourselves. Okay. So, Deepti, you tell me, what is your understanding of marketing and branding, whatever your
Um,
understanding? Before trying to, what is the difference between the two? I want to hear your understanding of marketing. first, and then we'll go to branding.
Okay, so in my view, what
Mm.
marketing is, it's like selling yourself, like not yourself exactly. It's like selling a product, or selling a product or selling yourself. But
Correct.
personal branding is something which people can remember you by. Like
Mm.
like just now we have spoke. I mean, like personal branding is something. It's like by telling something, you just you just like people just remember you. It's like stuck in their minds, like telling a workshop or personal branding session, I remember Srividya ma'am. So it's something like that.
Yes.
I feel, I don't know.
Correct. You're actually right, Deepti. You're right. Right. Marketing is direct selling of a product or a service. Correct.
Hmm.
Like for example, if you want to buy a new phone, what do you do actually? Tell me the steps when you want to buy a new phone. What would you do?
First, I check my necessities, and
Mm.
if the necessities match the phone, I'll check the reviews.
Mm.
Then if everything is good, then I'll buy it.
Okay, you will check the reviews and you will look at the
Hmm.
features you need and it has. Anything else you do or only these two?
Mm, these two only. I can't
Okay.
think of anything else.
Okay. Why do you check the reviews?
Um, to know if it's good, like to know if there is any problem someone else faced. Like, something seems very good outside, but then
Mm.
when we actually buy it, it's not so good. So for that, so not to have any problem in the future, or after
Mm.
I buy, I just check the reviews.
Correct. Right. So you will look at the reviews and probably not just look at the reviews online, you will also check the reviews with your people whom you know, right?
Yeah, I was about to tell that.
Exactly. That's the most important we do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say if you have enough money, you have no constraint
Hmm.
on the money. And somebody says, I'll give you open card, you can go and buy whatever the phone you want to. Which phone would you go and buy?
The most expensive, no, not the most expensive one. The
Mm.
one which I need at that point, which is good. But
Tell
still,
me a
even
brand,
though
which one will you buy? Tell me a brand name of this phone.
iPhone,
iPhone.
huh?
Why iPhone?
Because
Mm.
it's rare. Like people hardly have it, and it also has some really good features.
Mm.
Because of that.
Mm. What are those extra features iPhone has, which probably the other MI or Samsung or others don't have?
Like generally, Apple has this cloud thing, like where all your data gets stored in the cloud, which
Mm.
I don't really see it in Android. Like it's not that updated, I guess. And Apple really, like iPhone really has a good camera quality.
Mhm.
That's actually my first. That should actually be my
Okay.
first point.
Anybody else want to
So,
add? If you have enough money, when you don't have to think of money, which phone would you buy?
Ma'am, I would like to. It would be iPhone, but for a different reason. I think, like
Mm.
for iPhone, because it provides that ecosystem. I don't know. I feel so secured with the iPhone rather than any other phones. Because
See, you don't know, but you still feel. It's not even data validated, but it's more a feeling that that's
yes,
so interesting to hear. I actually don't know, but I feel it is safe.
ma'am, I feel that is what is marketing. It makes you feel what
That's the
they.
branding. That is the branding. Any
Okay.
Apple product, any
Hmm.
Apple products, we know it is known for its style. Yeah, it is
Yes.
known for its style, any Apple product, and it's a statement So you
Yes.
carry pride when you own a iPhone, though all of you are giving me all different reasons, but that's why you said you're not sure, but why you want to buy is because you want to carry that pride. Am I right, Deepti?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you should say that, more than the reasons you guys gave me. See, even my Samsung has all the features what Apple phone has. It has one of the best cameras. Ask Vinay, it has one of the best cameras. I am happy. That's a separate issue. But we come up with reasons which we cannot comprehend probably because it is more associated with the brand than with the product. So that's why, Vivekta so honestly said, I don't know why, but I feel like that. You couldn't, like I'm saying very clearly, no, this phone has all the required features because I've done the study, I know the data. But yet, Apple carries a pride. So is that clear? So everyone advertisements, see, marketing is a selling of a product or a service direct. Branding is the value you carry in the market. Right? One company, Apple, does not have only phone. So they have to market the phone, they have to market the laptops, they have to market different products. But Apple carries a brand of its own. It's known for the style, it's known for the safety. Of course, data safety is much more better than others. You're not sure, but I'm sure, I'm telling you. So it is a fact, not just a feeling. And they say it is slim, and so there are something which all associated with the aesthetics also, they come up with that. Right? So anything we buy, even if I want to buy a dress, simple dress, or even a pen, we ask 10 people, which brand should I buy? Yes or no? We ask 10 people for everything we want to buy. We'll say which brand, which companies we have to buy. Even to apply job, you want to go with the companies where you know what it is. You've heard of it. You don't have to know. You should be, if you've heard, you feel that is a good one. So is it clear, Deepti? Instead of me explaining, I wanted to come from all of you. So marketing is a direct. They cannot see once to both are a continuous activity. Branding, you have to sustain it. Otherwise, they can't keep quiet. So branding is, in fact, in one sentence, if you have to describe branding, is what people talk behind you is your personal branding. Okay, what people talk behind you. Yeah, Deepti.
I didn't understand the personal branding line. Can you come again?
Sure. Personal branding is what people talk about you in your absence.
Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
is it? Yeah, I want you to pause and think about it. Take it deeper. Personal branding, in simple definition, is something, especially personal branding, what people talk about you in your absence.
Is it something like the impact that you leave?
Yeah, exactly. Who you are, and if you don't create your branding, others will create for you. Yeah, your personal branding will anyway get created either ways. So you want to choose, or you want to let the others do it for you. The risk is when others do, how they do is their choice. They may do good, bad, ugly. We have no control over it. When we do it, we will do it. Again, it's not just about good, bad, ugly. Let me tell you something. Each of us have to get aligned with our purpose, the branding. Maybe something good. I'm very clear, I don't want to be known for that. It's not just having a good image or a bad image. Let's be clear. Personal branding is not having just a good image. It is the image you carry, what you want to be recognized for. Okay. And I'm very clear in certain my purpose. I don't want to be known for this, though it is good. Because I have chosen how I want to be presented. Okay. Before I continue, I just want to.
Can you
Yes.
tell an example for the last sentence, ma'am? Like the difference between carrying a good image and the image that you want.
I will do that. I will do that. Surely. But before that, I know I was on the call. My sincere apologies. I think some of you have individually pinged me. Let me share that what happened before you all wondered. You're not seeing me original in my energy or the look or whatever. Guys, that's why I got delayed, because I had to visit my doctor and it got delayed, which was not expected. I didn't have anything. I didn't have my counseling since I've taken off because of my health issues. So I went through recently a surgery and I'm recovering from the surgery. That's where even the other day call, some people messaged me saying you were looking dull. What happened? Yes, that's all. And I'm good. I'm recovering now. Nothing to worry. So I went through that. So I'm in that recovery phase. So I am still looking little dull and may not be that energy what I normally have. So please bear with me and apologies for the delay today, which I don't like that. And thanks, Shravan, for pitching in. I thought Ian would be there, so I thought I will ask him to pitch in, but then last minute I saw he's also not joining. You know, sorry for that, and thanks for your understanding. All your wishes and prayers, thank you so much. I thought it's better I answer to everyone other than individually. All of you are trying to figure out what's happening. I just shared it. Okay. Last Thursday I had a surgery. Okay. Good. So yes, let's continue where. Yes, Shravan.
Srividya, can I say
Yes.
a few words?
Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Srividya said something very important. She said, if you don't tell your story, someone else will tell your story. And I can see in my last 30 years, okay, that I have been in US, the story of India was told by the Westerners, okay, the Western media. And that's what I knew. But in the last, I don't want to say the exact years or something, but in the recent past, now India is telling its own story.
Yes.
And you could see the difference. You could see the difference in Indians here. They actually proudly say they are an Indian now, which was not the case 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It was not the case.
Now
We
they've
wanted
started
to be
saying, I'm
more.
from Bharat, I'm a Hindu. All that has
Yes.
started.
Previously, they wanted to say, I'm more of a American. I like the Western way of thinking. Okay, so because India didn't tell her story, someone else told her story. So you can see what Srividya is saying. If you don't tell your story, someone else will be telling your story. So will they be able to tell your story properly? Will they tell your story from their personal advantage, or will they tell your story from your personal advantage, to make you better? The chances are pretty high that they are going to tell a story to benefit themselves, not you. Right? So that is like really important. So that's what I wanted to say, Srividya.
Thanks, Shravan, for adding that. That's the reality. If we don't, someone else will definitely do it. And we have no control about what they do. Okay? And now trying to answer to Vinay's question. Would anybody like to answer to Vinay? I will definitely answer, but I would like to hear from all of you. He said, think of example where it's not just having a good image. It's about having the image you want to be. How you want to be perceived by everyone around. Sometimes it may be good, but I don't want to carry that brand name or that brand image rather. Think of examples. Or how do you want to answer to Vinay's question? Is my video went off?
No, ma'am.
It's there?
Yeah.
Can you say the question again, Vinay or Srividya?
Okay.
What was the question?
Vinay's question was, I made the statement saying, it's not just having good image, it's having the image we want to be. So he said, give an example of good image, but I don't want to be that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, yes, think about it. I want everyone to think.
Okay.
I will anyway.
I want to give you an example. Can I?
Yes, please. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Let Vivikta and Apurva finish, then you give.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Vivikta, and then Apurva. After that, Shravan. Yeah.
Actually,
Want
ma'am,
to hear from-
it's not an answer to Vinana's question, but I had something else. So maybe first we'll complete this and then I'll come back. Is
Okay.
that
Yeah, Apurva.
I'll try to tell. I don't know how to tell, but
Just try. No
it is
worries.
yeah. So now after you telling about personal branding, I just understood like whatever people talk behind us, whatever people think or talk about us is the what do we say, the things which the impact which we leave on them, simply. So I mean, if you like if you want them to talk about you in a certain way, that means if I want people to talk about me in a way that like I want people to talk, like I want people to perceive me as a decent girl, then the way I behave in front of them, I talk to them, make them I mean talk about me in that way. And I mean, good image is something maybe generalized, like the standards which we have in a normal thing, I guess. That's what I think.
Okay. Good attempt. Good
According to
attempt.
according to society.
Yeah. I have something to add. So
Yes,
I was going through the question, right? So something like if we take Srividya ma'am only, so a ma'am's goal is to become the best speaker in the world. Let's think in that way. So whatever the image that ma'am is creating in social media should help ma'am to get to that goal. Suppose say ma'am is also a good chef too, or good cook too. But if ma'am is posting those cooking photos and everything, like are they really adding directly to that kind of a thing? No, right? So but ma'am is a good chef. But you will choose consciously whether you want to post those photos or like, and you want to build a different kind of thing. That's my thought.
beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, Shravan, you go ahead and say, then I will finally clarify.
Yeah, first of all, when I actually answered it, that is what I have been thinking. Well, the way there was a point in time where, people used to say I'm a nice person. I hated the word nice. I didn't want the word, I just thought, okay, nice seemed so weak. Nice seemed like you can walk over me, so I like the word powerful. I wanted to be branded as a powerful person, not a nice person. Is nice a good thing? Yes, it is a good thing. It's a good, like what Vinay is saying. What is what is good is your question. What was that question, Vinay? What is the difference between good and what was that?
Good image and the right image, or the image that
Yeah.
you want
So
people to be.
So you can see, right? Nice person is a good image. It's not a bad image, but that's not the image I wanted. So
awesome. And now you see, now you don't see Shravan as just a nice person. You see him as a powerful person. Correct? So he's worked towards changing his image. Got it? Yeah, he's worked through himself changing his image. Let me also share another example of my own. After that, my talk about Shakti in Colorado Springs. So there was a lot of places where people started looking at me as women activist. Okay. And I told Shravan also, and I told everyone, I don't want to be portrayed like a women activist. I'm not an activist. I'm very clear. I'm a facilitator. I'm an influencer. I will do. It's not about right or wrong, but it's my personal choice. I was very clear. I don't want to be portrayed like an activist. Only I work only for women and women activists. I said no. I'm an influencer. I'm very clear about it. I'm a facilitator. I want to influence people and not through activism. So that's the choice I made because it was very easy to get branded as women activist. And I will get a lot more popularity if I portray myself as women activists. In fact, I'll get more followers on the social media. It's easier to become more popular in that path. Okay, but I chose saying, no, that's not what I want to. It's my choice. Again, it's not about the right or wrong. So I was very clear then in my positioning and everywhere. This is what I want to be portrayed as, more a leadership coach. She is for the leadership, no matter what, and from Indic wisdom. So I added a title, I'm an Indic wisdom enthusiast. So that will give. So everything should revolve around that. And that's why I keep quoting that Sanskrit, this and that, because that's what the positioning I want. I want to be known for the leadership coach, trainer, mentor, and also using Indic wisdom. Not to be portrayed as women activist. So you understood? All the examples, what Vinay shared, what Shravan shared, what I shared, and even what Apurva attempted, it was very good. Good to see that. Yeah. I think Shravan example, my examples are much more straightforward to say yes. So it's not just having a good or a nice thing, but yeah, I don't want to be known for something like that. In fact, I have one more example, by the way. Some women do use that as a, to their advantage. Again, it's not about the right or wrong. In fact, somebody asked me, so I am very clear, I don't want my glamour to add to my brand. For women, they can use their glamour to get more business or to the brand value. But I was very clear, no, I don't want. So even I told my photographer, to my branding consultants, everyone, the look, everything should come more as a powerhouse, like what Shravan saying, powerhouse, a facilitator, influencer, from a knowledge and a heart, not from the body. I want my mind and heart to be my brand, not my body, not through my body. I mean, see, they can be very subtle. I'm not talking about big, like dressing up like a model, but even in the very subtle way, it's easier to use the glamour. You get more popularity very easily. Just that little change in my look, very subtle, small change is enough. Not like I don't have to do a big modeling or anything, but we can use that. So everything, I am conscious of what I wear, attire, everything, because nothing, I don't want people to even get that, image, see me as, oh, she's a glamour lady. Even at a subtle level, even 1%, 2%. So it is that much, deeper we have to think. Every color I wear, everywhere, how I dress up has an impact. See, you all knew me like Srividya means she dresses well, she presents herself well. That's why immediately the other day when I wasn't, not that I do full makeup or anything, but I always present myself well, right? It was difficult for people to accept and say, okay, what happened? So you carry an image for whatever the reasons, then you have to hold on to it. You need to maintain that or change it with all the efforts. Change it with all the efforts. You have to make the efforts to change. I hope it's clear. Okay. Yeah, Vivikta, you had something to ask.
Wow, that was a beautiful explanation, ma'am. It really, I understand many things because of that. Because initially I used to think, why Srividya ma'am, does not go out like other social media influencers do. Because I know that you have that power, you have that capabilities, and unlike others, you have that content too. But I never understood why you didn't do that. And I used to think about this unconsciously back of my mind. But now when you were telling about this, I was like, it was like answering to those questions. And yes, that is so true. And like you said, because of glamour too, the perspective also changes. And I feel it kind of becomes slightly weaker than the impact that should be created or that you want people to have. So wow, I really loved it. And I really didn't know that it was in my hand or it was something that I should consciously choose to or not. I was thinking it was all same or something like that.
Yeah.
And
we can consciously choose everything. We need to choose rather. Otherwise, others will choose for us.
Yes.
Others will choose for us if we don't do it.
That is so true. I mean, a little small incident happened with me few days back, and that's when I understood that I was not, like, because I was not expressing myself at few situations, people were assuming things, and it was not the way that I am. So slight that expression is also super important to tell out who you are. It might not always be very powerful. It can be subtle, and it can be just conveying the message.
Absolutely right. Spot on. And you had a question to ask, right?
No, not a question, ma'am, but like during the initial discussions, like this thing came up, right? So we were talking about the initial personal branding thing. So like recently, Ritika and I visited Deepti Maripalli visited T-Hub, ma'am, and like in the evening we had a session from Vaibhav. So he's an entrepreneur. So in that he was talking about personal branding and how like he built his company through personal branding. It was not like the company got built up and then he grew as a person, but the way he told was so amazing, because the connections which he all got, he has like almost like 80 angel investors on board, and he all got them through his personal brand, it seems. And that just blew my mind, because I never knew that personal brand was playing such an important role, or crucial role in building a company too. He gave this example of Elon Musk. So he was telling how Tesla is not only powerful because of its own brand, but also because of Elon Musk. And whatever Elon Musk starts now is going to be powerful because of his personal brand. Again, I mean, the thing or the feeling which his personal brand carries will follow into that, and it's the brand again.
Absolutely right. We've heard all this, but we have never looked at it from that perspective. That's why I gave the simple example of which phone would you buy.
Yes.
It came out very clearly, because that's the, that is what is the fact. Anything you want to buy, you will ask 5 people before you buy something.
Yes.
Then people will say, if you're looking for a good camera, then buy this phone. If you're looking for a storage, you buy this phone. If you're looking for safety, then you buy this phone. So each one has their own. Let's forget all these phones. Let's come to our favorite Bollywood. Okay. Let me give this example. At one point, if you remember, we had Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and Amir Khan.
Yes.
All the 3 were top heroes at the same time, right? But yet they had their own branding. So what do you relate to all the 3 of them? I want all of you to answer, not just 3, 4. I want everyone to answer. And as many people as possible, please come on the video. I'll keep on saying this.
Okay, can I go first?
Yeah.
So Shah Rukh Khan means romantic movies, of course. Salman Khan means those mass movies, and Amir Khan means those like deep meaning movies like Tare Zameen Par kind of.
Yeah, that's what even Vinay has said. Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan is more of a romantic hero. Amir Khan is known for some deep messages, and Salman for the mass, right? So look at how, though they are the same peer level heroes, all of them entered the market at the same time, all of them sustained for a longer period. They were not competing with each other, but they had their own image. Very clear image, right? And they played with that. They did not try to say, okay, I will also become a romantic hero, or I will also become a mass. No, I'm clear. These are my target audience and I want to stay with this. Now I think it's getting clear what is branding, right? Marketing is every movie has to be marketed. Of Shah Rukh Khan, just once he built a brand, he can't keep quiet. The advertisements have to go everywhere. The audio release, big function has to happen. All of them will go to all the, the reality shows on the TV, come and talk about it. In the radio ads will start coming in. Everything has to happen. So advertising is different, marketing is different, branding is different, though they're all connected to each other, but each is separate by itself.
Marketing and advertising are also different. I thought marketing,
It's part, they're all connected. Advertising is one activity in the marketing.
Yeah.
It's a one. You want to do marketing through advertisement through this, there are different strategies, right? So everything is not same, they're connected. But I'm not going to get into difference between marketing and sales. There, that also is different. But I'm not going to get there because that's out of my syllabus. Maybe some other conversation will get there. Okay. Okay, Vinay has a question. How far are these two feelings? I should show a correct image about me to the outside world to create a personal brand for us. What do you mean by correct image?
Like the image which the world wants to perceive about me.
What you want to be perceived, not world wants. What you want from the world.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes.
So we should do that. So our behavior, how does the image comes? Through our behaviors.
Yes, ma'am.
Like you should ask Shravan, what did you change in your behavior to move from a nice person to a powerful person? How did the image change? What did he do to that? Okay. Then thinking about our every step in our life by attaching to a question, mental block, what do people think about me if I do this? The second point is far away from personal branding, but want to know more about which one you want to know more by perspective. What do people think? Yeah, that is part of branding. You need to think about it. I don't know if I remember giving this exercise to all of you in earlier transition calls or some sessions. I can't remember whether I've given or not. You guys should tell. I'd given one exercise to do. You can send one powerful one statement or one question to everyone. Vivekta, we have done this, right?
Yes, ma'am, we have done this.
We have done this.
Ma'am, I tried this with these people, ma'am, but they don't answer me.
Try it again. Maybe that's why I said you need to present it, represent it in a way they feel like answering you. How you ask. Right? How you ask matters. So did I answer your question, Vinay?
Ma'am, like, for example, if I choose to leave my job, okay, so that creates a thing for me, like kind of a brand. So, like if I have to make the decision of leaving the job, so that creates a brand for me. But if I don't want that brand to be created, then it is turning out.
No, hold on. Just you quit a job does not create a brand. Branding is about who you are. What do you do for a longer period? If you quit a job, your brand created based on what you do that time, not just because you quit.
Okay.
You quit is fine. What are you going to do next will lead to your image.
Okay. But when you are so into personal branding and want to create that picture for the outside, like about you for the outside world, doesn't it stop us for taking some kind of decisions in our life? No.
You don't see, you go with your decisions. Every moment you can't say, oh my God, my branding. Every moment you can't do that. Just be natural, be yourself and be conscious. Let's say you quit a job. So go and announce saying why you've quit a job and what your plans are next. See, it about what are you going to do next?
Yes.
Why are you quitting a job? I'm sure there must be a reason why you quit. And there will be some purpose what you're going to do next. So how you present that matters. It's not about your decisions.
Okay.
Branding is all about not what you do. It's all about how you do.
Okay. What you do, how you do.
What you do, you choose. You're not going to change. But how do you do that? That is where the image gets created by how you do, not by what you do. I mean, of course, what element will also be there, but more of how is what creates the image. So I can't be saying I can't take this decision. People, what will people think? I'm going to take a decision, and then I'm going to lead the people how I want them to think. Got it? That's all. That's why I said,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
don't tell the story, they will tell. So you go and tell the story so that they will listen to your story and continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I see Shravan, Vivikta, and Topisel have raised their hands. Go ahead.
Let me go.
Yes.
So this is, what Vinay asked is something that I worried also at that age. And uh, saying, if you quit your job, which is something all of you are going to face, by the way. So first of all, I don't think, it's any job you do, anything you do, you have to do it which helps you with your goals, with your personal goals.
Right.
And when the company which hired Vinay is not thinking about Vinay all the time, it doesn't. So it does in a little, it does in a way, but it doesn't in another way. The company is always thinking, how can we increase our profits? How can we hire more people? How can we make our brand happen in this world? And if Vinay helps in that process, they will have you. If Vinay doesn't help in the process, they won't have you. They will ask you to leave. So,
Right.
so that's it. It's not like you quitting or not quitting, they asking you to leave or not asking you to leave. All of those are stories which we can all tell and feel. Um, we can tell. But one of the things I see in India that is happening is this is like there is words that are used, not just in India, everywhere, to make you feel guilty. And with guilt, they make you slaves of themselves. You are no longer a free thinker. You are no longer thinking about yourself. The other person is controlling you. You have given the remote to the other person, like Srividya says. You have given the remote to the other person just because they used some word called you quit, or you are not studying, or you are not getting first rank. By saying those trigger sentences, they make you feel guilty. So you got to be smarter about that. You got to say, what is my brand? When your brand is strong, some of these trigger sentences don't even make any sentences anymore. You will be going past them. You'll be like the people, it will bounce back actually. If they start saying things about you and your brand is so strong that the words will bounce back at them. So all the time you care about your goals.
Exactly. In fact, if I can just add, Vinay, in fact, they will start wondering, oh, Vinay's quit the job. He must have a reason. I'm so curious to know what he's going to do next. That is the brand you've created. So don't worry about every small action. It's about overall who you are. Right? That's why we can't keep changing our life decisions based on what people think. That's why you decide and make people think the way you want them to think. Simple. You go tell the story. In fact, just to add, last year, one of my old friend, Shravan knows I did not announce to everyone. This is how we can choose what to do. He wanted me to join his company. I wasn't very sure, but I said, okay, let me give it a try. Okay, I joined the company. I did not announce anywhere because immediately if I announce, my image will change. And when I'm not sure, I don't want to announce to the world. So I played low, tried for 3 months, and then realized that's not going to work for me. Then I quit the job also. I did not mention anywhere. I was just quiet. Right? But after 3-4 months, if I decided I'm going to continue, then I would tell a story how I want people to think about me. So my decisions can't be changed. That's why it's not about the what part. Image, personal branding is all about the how part. Is that clear? I think that's very important question when you asked, and that's where I'm able to, thankfully, I got the difference between what and the how. Most of in life, the how decides the why, and how influences what doesn't not influence anything. It's always a why and the how. Yeah, it's already 8 o'clock, so we'll continue another session. I know we need a couple of sessions. I'm so glad to do in this way also, rather than me sharing this interactive. I love this. I will share some slides also, but that's not important. What is important, you guys are asking and learning, because you'll be more receptive when you ask a question. All right, so let's continue this and let's figure out next suitable session for both of us, for me and all of you. Unfortunately, as Wednesdays, I have commitment today because of my health issues. I've taken off from my counseling services, so I could attend to this session today. Maybe we'll figure out a way. Somebody will reach out to me, we'll figure out, we'll continue. There's a lot more. As I said, I did 2 days of personal branding in Dubai, 2 full days. We may not need that much, but we'll do a couple of sessions. We are not in a hurry. It's not a college curriculum, that syllabus I have to complete. I'm happy to give as much as time it takes. And let's go deeper. And today, incidentally, even our other mentors have not joined other than Shravan. Otherwise, they would also normally add, we're missing Meena, Geeta, A, and everyone the normal people are missing today. Yeah, but that's okay. We will go ahead with this. Come up with a lot of these questions, friends. That's the best way to learn. Yes, customized session. I always like it. Yes. I would like to customize my sessions. Good. I was, as I said, once again, apologies for joining late, and thanks for your understanding. Let's reconnect soon. Yeah. Today is my debut test of my energy to do a session for an hour. Thank you. Now I am confident. Okay, I'm recovering.
So, ma'am just told me that I'm going to come before the laptop in a day or two. That it happened through us. Wow, super, ma'am.
After 10 days, I'm back on work.
Take care, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So next session, I'll expect a lot more people to come up with questions or answer and interact, and we learn together.
Ma'am, can you leave us with one question? One interesting
Yes.
question, because that will create.
You want me to leave you with a question?
Yes.
But I had thought some of it came off. I had actually planned for that question. Okay, I want you all to do one homework. Okay, next time when you come, I want you to introduce yourself using a prop which conveys who you are. It was a homework.
Can you repeat that again?
I'll repeat. I want you to introduce yourself in again 30 seconds, maximum 1 minute. 30 seconds ideal, maximum 1 minute, where you will introduce yourself using a prop. Using some prop. Whatever you want to use, a pen, pencil, a phone, comb, doesn't matter what it is. Use a prop. Using that prop, you connect yourself to that and introduce yourself. That's a homework. Right? I mean, anything you can connect. Anything. But you need to be clear how you connect. So do this homework. Homework number 1. And then I'll give you next homework next time. I have a lot of homeworks to give. How many of you have your LinkedIn profile already? Okay, good. How many don't have? How many don't have yet a LinkedIn profile?
Ma'am, before you give LinkedIn homework, thank you so much for LinkedIn homework, ma'am. I have been trying since so many days to update my LinkedIn, but I think I'll start
Now
it.
I'll give you guidelines and then you can go and update.
Oh,
It
yes,
doesn't
ma'am.
matter. You guys go and update now and then you can go and edit later.
Yes, ma'am.
At
Yes.
least I want those of you who does not have a profile on LinkedIn, go and create it. And whoever creates, I'm okay. And that's why I say let's take this as a journey, because it's not just one session. We'll create your brands, not just understand. I would want you all to create your own brand. Is that okay? So let it take how many ever months. Wednesdays will go on, but mine is an add-on. In between snack, 5 o'clock snack types, additional added meal. Yeah. So create your LinkedIn profiles, whatever the way you know. After that, let's review some of the good ones and let's learn from each other. And then whatever the time period, I'm not going to give a deadline, but before when I end my series about personal branding, all of you should have created one brand for yourself.
Wow, wow. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Yes.
Including your purpose to everything will come under that. So it's all about starts with why, what, how. All the three has to be addressed.
I wanted to concentrate on this for the next 6 months, but I think, yeah, I'm so happy.
So do this homework. I want you to come back and introduce yourself in 30 seconds, maximum 1 minute. We will time it out. It's like an elevator pitch. It's like an elevator pitch. I will ask few of you to do this week randomly, and then I'll share my feedback. Then we'll do few others following session who will incorporate all this learnings and again do it. So that's why I said I would want to hold hands this entire journey till you all create one brand where you feel proud and happy about yourself, saying, yes, I have a brand now. Yeah. So somebody put that homework in the group so that others can also do and come who have
Yes,
not come
sure.
today. Yeah. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hopefully next time you will see